Ladies and gentlemen, success is not something that falls into your lap like a gift. It is earned step by step, day by day. It begins with the choices you make, the habits you form, and the philosophy you embrace. You see, success is not measured by the position you hold, the money you earn, or the applause you receive. It is measured by the person you become in the process. The journey to success starts with personal responsibility. You cannot control every circumstance, but you can control your reactions, your actions, and your decisions. When you take ownership of your life, you gain power over your future. When you stop blaming, stop making excuses, and start acting, you set the foundation for real achievement. Discipline is the bridge between goals and accomplishment. Dreams without discipline are like seeds without water. They may exist, but they will never grow. Each day offers an opportunity to cultivate discipline in your work, in your thoughts, in your habits. And as discipline takes root, momentum begins. Small actions, repeated consistently, compound into extraordinary results. Remember, growth comes from challenges. Obstacles are not roadblocks. They are invitations to become stronger, wiser, and more capable. Every setback, every failure, every difficulty carries within it a lesson. Embrace it, learn from it, and let it propel you forward. Knowledge without action is useless, but knowledge combined with action creates progress. Success is not instant, and it is not guaranteed by desire alone. It is earned by preparation, by perseverance, and by the relentless pursuit of improvement. Set your goals high, work on yourself daily, and never underestimate the power of consistent effort. In the end, success is not about what you have. It is about who you become. It is about the habits you build, the discipline you maintain, and the courage you summon to face each new challenge. Commit to growth, embrace responsibility, and take action every day. Success is there for those who are willing to pay the price. Growth comes from challenges and learning, and this is one of the most fundamental truths about personal and professional development. Life naturally presents obstacles, difficulties, and situations that push individuals beyond their comfort zones, and it is in these moments that true growth occurs. Growth is not something that can be handed to someone on a silver platter or achieved by avoiding difficulties. It is forged through the trials we face, the problems we solve, and the lessons we learn from experience. Every challenge encountered is an opportunity to expand our knowledge, refine our skills, and strengthen our character. When we confront challenges head on, we begin to see our limitations and areas where improvement is needed, and this self-awareness is the first step toward personal growth. Challenges test our resilience, our patience, and our determination, forcing us to develop strategies to overcome them. Each time we navigate a difficult situation successfully, we gain confidence and insight that becomes part of our foundation for future growth. The process of learning from challenges is essential because knowledge alone does not create transformation. It is the application of knowledge combined with reflection on experiences that leads to meaningful growth. When we face obstacles, we are compelled to think critically, analyze situations from multiple angles, and seek solutions that may not have been obvious at first. This mental engagement strengthens our problem-solving abilities and enhances our capacity for decision making in future scenarios. Learning from challenges also fosters adaptability. In a constantly changing world, the ability to adjust and respond effectively to new circumstances is a key determinant of success. Challenges often disrupt our routines and force us to reassess our strategies. By embracing these disruptions as learning opportunities, we develop flexibility in thought and action. This adaptability allows us to navigate uncertainty with confidence rather than fear, and it equips us to seize opportunities that others might overlook. Growth through challenges also develops emotional intelligence. Facing difficulties often brings stress, frustration, or disappointment, and learning to manage these emotions is crucial. When we reflect on our experiences and understand the emotions involved, we cultivate empathy, patience, and resilience. These qualities improve our interactions with others and help us maintain focus and composure in high pressure situations. Challenges often reveal hidden strengths that we might not have recognized otherwise. People frequently underestimate their capabilities until they are tested. By pushing through obstacles, we discover inner resources, skills, and determination that contribute to our personal growth. Each challenge overcome becomes a testament to our resilience and a source of motivation for tackling future endeavors. Learning is the companion of challenges in the growth process. Every challenge provides lessons, whether about ourselves, others, or the world around us. By actively reflecting on these lessons, we transform experiences into wisdom. This reflective learning is what separates mere experience from meaningful growth. Moreover, growth through challenges and learning is cumulative. Each experience builds upon the previous one, creating a compounding effect. The more challenges we face and learn from, the more capable we become. This cumulative growth enhances confidence, competence, and the ability to handle increasingly complex situations. Growth is also closely tied to effort and persistence. Challenges often require sustained action and determination, and through persistent effort, we refine our skills and expand our capabilities. Success rarely comes from avoiding difficulties. It comes from confronting them, learning from them, and continuously striving to improve. The process of growth is rarely linear. Setbacks, failures, and mistakes are part of the journey, and learning to navigate these moments is essential. Each failure carries valuable lessons that, when understood and applied, accelerate personal development. In fact, the discomfort associated with challenges is often what drives the deepest growth. People tend to grow most when they are stretched beyond what they thought possible. Challenges force us to think creatively, innovate, and push the boundaries of our abilities. By embracing challenges as opportunities rather than threats, we reframe our mindset to focus on development rather than limitation. Growth from challenges and learning also encourages humility and perspective. We recognize that we do not have all the answers and that improvement is a lifelong process. This openness to learning keeps us receptive to new ideas, feedback, and experiences, which in turn fuels continued growth. Mentorship, observation, and seeking knowledge from others become vital tools in this journey as we learn from those who have faced similar challenges and successfully navigated them. Furthermore, growth is strengthened when challenges involve collaboration and interaction with others. Working with people who bring different perspectives, skills, and experiences exposes us to alternative approaches and broadens our understanding. Challenges in group settings teach communication, negotiation, and teamwork skills, all of which contribute to personal and professional development. Growth is ultimately about transformation. Challenges and learning reshape our thinking, our abilities, and our attitudes. They encourage us to move beyond complacency, to challenge assumptions, and to cultivate a mindset oriented toward improvement. By consistently seeking challenges and embracing the lessons they offer, we become more capable, more resilient, and more prepared to handle the complexities of life. The process of growth through challenges and learning is continuous. There is no end point where one can claim full mastery, because life will always present new obstacles and opportunities for learning. By maintaining a commitment to confronting difficulties and extracting lessons from every experience, growth becomes an ongoing journey rather than a destination. Growth through challenges and learning is also deeply empowering. It instills a sense of control over our own development as we recognize that our efforts, mindset, and willingness to learn determine the outcomes we achieve. This empowerment fosters confidence, self-reliance, and a proactive approach to life. Ultimately, growth comes from the willingness to face challenges courageously and to embrace learning as a lifelong companion. Each obstacle surmounted and each lesson absorbed contributes to the development of a stronger, wiser, and more capable individual. Growth is not accidental. It is the product of engagement with difficulties, reflection on experiences, and the deliberate pursuit of improvement. It is through challenges and learning that potential is realized, skills are honed, character is strengthened, and the journey toward excellence continues without end. If you want, I can also rewrite this into a 2,000-word version with even more examples, stories, and quotes in Jim Rohn's style to make it more powerful for a speech or article. Do you want me to do that? Discipline and personal responsibility are essential because they form the foundation upon which all achievement is built. Without discipline, intentions remain mere thoughts, dreams remain fantasies, and potential is left untapped. Without personal responsibility, external circumstances, other people's actions, or uncontrollable events become excuses for inaction, failure, and stagnation. The combination of discipline and personal responsibility empowers individuals to take control of their lives, to pursue their goals with consistency, and to create results that are directly proportional to their efforts. Discipline is the ability to do what must be done, even when motivation wanes, when the task is difficult, or when distractions arise. It is the internal force that keeps people moving forward when feelings of laziness, doubt, or fear threaten to derail them. Discipline is not a matter of occasional bursts of effort. It is the steady application of effort day after day, even when progress seems slow or invisible. When discipline is present, small, consistent actions compound into meaningful results. Personal responsibility complements discipline by requiring individuals to acknowledge that their life's outcomes are the direct result of their choices and actions. When people take personal responsibility, they stop blaming others for their failures, stop making excuses, and stop waiting for circumstances to change before they act. They recognize that no one is coming to rescue them, and that the power to create change lies within themselves. The combination of discipline and personal responsibility ensures that actions are purposeful, consistent, and aligned with long-term objectives. These two qualities are interconnected. Discipline without personal responsibility can become rigid and mechanical, lacking direction or accountability. Personal responsibility without discipline can lead to intention without execution, planning without action. Together, they create a powerful engine for achievement where goals are clearly defined, actions are consistently taken, and results are actively pursued. Discipline is developed through habits. Habits are the small choices made repeatedly that shape the trajectory of a person's life. Whether it is waking up early, managing time effectively, exercising regularly, studying diligently, or maintaining focus on priorities, habits form the framework for disciplined living. By cultivating productive habits, individuals automate discipline, reducing reliance on fleeting motivation or emotional states. Discipline also requires self-control and delayed gratification. It is the ability to prioritize long-term rewards over short-term pleasure, to work toward objectives even when immediate satisfaction is unavailable. Without discipline, people succumb to distractions, procrastination, or the temptation to abandon efforts when results are not immediate. Personal responsibility strengthens discipline by holding individuals accountable for their choices. When one recognizes that every action or inaction carries consequences, the motivation to act with discipline increases. Taking responsibility means setting standards for oneself, measuring progress honestly, and correcting course when necessary. It means understanding that failure is not a permanent condition imposed by circumstances, but a signal that adjustments are needed, lessons must be learned, and greater effort is required. Discipline and personal responsibility also build resilience. Life is unpredictable and challenges are inevitable. Those who possess discipline can persist through setbacks, while those who embrace personal responsibility analyze failures, learn from mistakes, and continue forward. Together, these qualities prevent individuals from being defeated by adversity, instead transforming obstacles into opportunities for growth and improvement. Education, career development, financial success, personal relationships, and health all require the application of discipline and personal responsibility. Academic achievement requires disciplined study routines and the responsibility to complete assignments and learn independently. Career growth demands consistent effort, accountability for tasks, and the willingness to take ownership of projects. Financial stability requires disciplined saving, spending within means, and responsible management of resources. Healthy relationships require the discipline to communicate effectively, respect boundaries, and invest time and energy consistently. Maintaining physical and mental health requires the discipline to exercise, eat properly, and rest, alongside the responsibility to make choices that support long-term well-being. Discipline and personal responsibility also influence mindset and character. A disciplined individual develops patience, perseverance, and focus, while a responsible individual cultivates integrity, honesty, and reliability. These qualities reinforce each other, creating a virtuous cycle where strong character supports disciplined action, and disciplined action strengthens accountability and responsibility. In leadership, discipline and personal responsibility are indispensable. Leaders who embody these qualities set an example for others, inspire trust, and cultivate a culture of accountability within their teams. By taking responsibility for decisions and maintaining disciplined execution, leaders ensure that goals are met and standards are upheld, while also fostering growth and development in those they guide. Discipline and personal responsibility are not innate traits, they are cultivated through intentional practice. One develops discipline by establishing clear goals, creating structured routines, and adhering to standards of performance. It requires vigilance, self-reflection, and the willingness to resist short-term temptations. One develops personal responsibility by consistently assessing one's actions, accepting the consequences of decisions, and committing to self-improvement. Together, these qualities empower individuals to act decisively, maintain consistency, and navigate life with purpose and control. Life inevitably presents distractions, temptations, and competing demands. Discipline ensures that focus is maintained on what truly matters, preventing deviation from priorities. Personal responsibility ensures that accountability is upheld, preventing excuses, denial, or blame shifting. When challenges arise, these qualities equip individuals to respond constructively rather than reactively, turning difficulties into learning experiences rather than obstacles to progress. In personal development, discipline and personal responsibility are the cornerstones of self-mastery. Mastery of habits, emotions, time, and energy requires both the internal control provided by discipline and the ethical accountability provided by personal responsibility. Together, they create a framework for intentional living where choices are deliberate, actions are purposeful, and growth is continuous. These qualities also influence long-term vision and goal achievement. Discipline keeps individuals aligned with their objectives over time, even when initial enthusiasm fades or external support wanes. Personal responsibility ensures that progress is continuously evaluated, adjustments are made when necessary, and ownership of outcomes is maintained. The combination of discipline and personal responsibility transforms ordinary efforts into extraordinary results, turning potential into achievement and aspirations into reality. In conclusion, discipline and personal responsibility are essential because they empower individuals to take control of their lives, to act consistently toward meaningful goals, and to create results that reflect their efforts. Discipline ensures persistence, focus, and the ability to prioritize long-term objectives over immediate gratification. Personal responsibility ensures accountability, ownership, and the recognition that outcomes are a direct consequence of choices. Together, they build resilience, character, and the capacity to navigate challenges, making them indispensable for personal growth, professional success, and overall fulfillment. By cultivating discipline and embracing personal responsibility, individuals position themselves to achieve their highest potential, transform their circumstances, and create a life defined not by chance, but by deliberate action and consistent effort. If you want, I can also expand this further into a 2000-2005 100-word version with stories, examples, and motivational language in Jim Rohn's signature style to make it ready for a long article or speech. Do you want me to do that? Success is a result of habits, not luck, because the way people live their daily lives, the choices they make consistently, and the routines they follow determine the outcomes they achieve over time. Success is not a product of chance or random fortune. It is the result of repeated actions that align with one's goals and values. Every great achievement begins with small, deliberate habits, and it is through these habits that potential is transformed into tangible results. Habits are the building blocks of behavior, and behavior, repeated consistently, creates patterns that shape life. The quality of these patterns directly influences the quality of success one attains. People who attribute success to luck often overlook the countless hours of preparation, the meticulous planning, and the persistent effort that underpin achievement. While luck may play a minor role in creating opportunities, it is only those who have cultivated the right habits who can recognize, seize, and maximize these opportunities. Habits establish structure and consistency in daily life, which are essential for progress. Without consistent habits, even the most talented individuals may struggle to achieve their goals because sporadic effort produces sporadic results. Discipline in developing productive habits ensures that energy is directed toward meaningful activities rather than wasted on distractions or impulsive decisions. The process of building habits involves repetition and persistence. By performing positive actions regularly, individuals condition themselves to act in ways that produce success naturally. For example, someone who habitually invests time in learning, networking, or practicing their craft gradually accumulates knowledge, skills, and connections that compound over time, eventually producing extraordinary results. Habits also affect mindset. Repeated behaviors reinforce beliefs about what is possible and what is expected. Someone who consistently approaches challenges with determination develops confidence, resilience, and a growth-oriented mindset. Conversely, habits of procrastination, avoidance, or negative thinking create a mindset that undermines potential and limits achievement. The cumulative effect of habits cannot be overstated. Just as small deposits in a savings account grow over time through interest, small, consistent actions accumulate to produce significant outcomes. Success is rarely the result of one heroic effort or sudden stroke of luck. It is the product of daily commitment to habits that move one closer to their goals. Habits provide a framework for decision making. When positive behaviors are ingrained, choices become easier, and individuals are less likely to be swayed by short-term temptations or distractions. For example, someone who has developed the habit of prioritizing important tasks over urgent but trivial activities consistently moves toward long-term objectives, while someone without these habits drifts aimlessly, reacting to circumstances rather than directing them. Accountability and self-discipline are closely linked to habit formation. Developing habits requires the ability to hold oneself responsible for actions and outcomes. It is through disciplined adherence to routines that individuals reinforce their commitment to goals, even when motivation is low or challenges arise. Personal responsibility ensures that habits are not abandoned in the face of difficulty, and that individuals recognize their role in creating the life they desire. Habits also shape behavior under pressure. In high-stakes situations, people often revert to what they have practiced repeatedly. Those who have cultivated productive habits respond with focus, composure, and effective action, while those who rely on luck or sporadic effort are unprepared and vulnerable to failure. This demonstrates that success is less about circumstances and more about the consistent behaviors that have been internalized over time. The interplay between habits and environment further reinforces the power of daily actions. People who surround themselves with environments that support positive habits through supportive relationships, structured routines, and access to resources enhance the likelihood of success. Conversely, environments that encourage distraction, negativity, or counterproductive behavior can undermine even the most determined individuals. While luck can create fleeting advantages, it cannot replace the consistent, disciplined work that habits provide. Opportunities often come disguised as challenges, and only those whose habits prepare them to act decisively can capitalize on them. Someone unprepared may perceive the same situation as luck for others, failing to see that the advantage stems from habits that built competence, confidence, and readiness. Habits are also essential for long-term sustainability of success. Short-term achievements may occasionally occur due to favorable circumstances, but without consistent habits, these achievements are difficult to maintain. Sustained success requires ongoing effort, discipline, and routines that reinforce productive behavior over time. Habits extend beyond professional life. They influence personal development, health, relationships, and emotional well-being, all of which contribute to a holistic understanding of success. For instance, a habit of regular learning improves knowledge and skill. A habit of exercise maintains physical energy, and a habit of reflection cultivates emotional intelligence. Each of these habits compounds, creating a foundation that supports broader achievement. Growth through habits also strengthens character. The repeated choice to act with integrity, diligence, and persistence develops qualities that are respected and valued in every area of life. These qualities, in turn, attract opportunities, collaborations, and trust from others, further reinforcing the success that originates in habit. Understanding that success stems from habits rather than luck shifts the focus from external factors to personal agency. Individuals gain control over their outcomes because they realize that consistent, deliberate actions are the determining factor. This perspective eliminates passivity and fosters a proactive approach where success is pursued intentionally rather than awaited passively. The science of behavior supports this principle. Neuroscience shows that repeated actions create neural pathways, making behaviors easier and more automatic over time. By intentionally cultivating habits aligned with goals, individuals create an internal mechanism that propels them toward achievement with less conscious effort. This neurological reinforcement demonstrates why habits are far more influential than random chance in determining life outcomes. Mentorship and modeling also highlight the role of habits in success. Observing successful individuals reveals patterns of behavior, routines, and mindsets that consistently lead to achievement. These patterns are rarely accidental. They are the result of deliberate habit formation over years. Learning from these examples allows others to replicate success through their own consistent habits. Habits also influence how setbacks are handled. Individuals with strong habits are better equipped to respond to failure constructively because their routines provide stability and direction. They do not rely on luck to recover. They rely on learned behaviors that include reflection, problem solving, and persistence, which ultimately lead to recovery and renewed progress. In every domain of life, from career and finances to personal growth and relationships, success is the cumulative result of small, intentional actions repeated consistently. The focus on habits emphasizes that achievement is earned through effort, preparation, and disciplined behavior, rather than chance or luck. People who achieve extraordinary results often appear fortunate to outsiders, but their success is usually the visible outcome of years of disciplined habits, persistent effort, and deliberate choices. In conclusion, success is a result of habits, not luck, because consistent, intentional actions compound over time to produce results. Habits shape mindset, behavior, resilience, and character, creating a framework for achievement that is independent of circumstance or chance. While opportunities may arise randomly, only those whose habits have prepared them to act decisively can transform these opportunities into tangible success. Habits influence every aspect of life, from professional development and financial stability to personal growth, relationships, and health. By cultivating productive routines, embracing discipline, and taking personal responsibility for actions, individuals position themselves to achieve consistent, sustainable success. Luck may occasionally create fleeting advantages, but it cannot replace the deliberate, repeated actions that habits provide. The power of habits lies in their cumulative effect, their ability to shape behavior under pressure, and their role in sustaining long-term achievement. Understanding that success originates in habits empowers individuals to take control of their lives, focus on what they can influence, and commit to consistent effort. By investing in daily habits that align with goals, individuals create a trajectory of growth, achievement, and fulfillment that luck alone could never provide. Success is not a gift or a random stroke of fortune. It is the natural outcome of disciplined, intentional, and repeated actions that align with purpose and vision. If you want, I can also expand this into a 2,000+ word version with illustrative examples, quotes, and motivational language in Jim Rohn's style to make it suitable for a long-form article or speech. Do you want me to do that? Growth comes from challenges and learning because life's most significant progress occurs when individuals are pushed beyond their comfort zones and forced to confront difficulties that test their abilities, patience, and determination. Challenges act as catalysts, revealing areas where improvement is necessary and creating opportunities for skill development, self-awareness, and resilience. Growth is rarely achieved in times of comfort or ease because there is little need to stretch one's abilities or adapt to change. It is through obstacles, setbacks, and demanding circumstances that people discover their strengths, identify weaknesses, and acquire the knowledge necessary to advance. Every challenge presents a lesson. Even when failure occurs, valuable insights can be gained about what works, what doesn't, and how to approach similar situations more effectively in the future. Learning is inseparable from growth because knowledge without application produces little change, and experience without reflection remains superficial. Challenges force individuals to analyze situations critically, to consider alternative strategies, and to make decisions that develop problem-solving capabilities. Each time a person successfully navigates a difficult situation, they gain confidence in their ability to handle future adversity. This confidence fuels further action and encourages the pursuit of greater goals. Growth through challenges and learning also cultivates resilience. Life is inherently unpredictable, and obstacles are inevitable. Individuals who view challenges as opportunities for development rather than threats cultivate the ability to bounce back from setbacks, maintain composure under pressure, and continue forward despite difficulties. Resilience is strengthened with each challenge faced and overcome, creating a mindset that perceives difficulties as temporary and solvable rather than insurmountable. Learning amplifies the effects of challenges by transforming experience into wisdom. Reflection on outcomes, analysis of mistakes, and adjustment of strategies all contribute to deeper understanding and improved decision making. Without learning, challenges may be endured but fail to produce lasting growth. When learning is coupled with challenges, knowledge becomes actionable and personal capabilities expand. Challenges encourage innovation and creativity. When existing solutions or routines prove insufficient, individuals are compelled to think differently, explore alternatives, and develop novel approaches. This problem-solving capacity enhances adaptability, making it easier to navigate future challenges and seize opportunities that others may overlook. Growth through challenges and learning also strengthens character. Confronting difficulties requires patience, perseverance, and integrity, qualities that shape behavior and influence interactions with others. People who consistently face challenges develop a sense of accountability and personal responsibility, recognizing that the outcomes of their actions are largely determined by their effort, choices, and mindset. Furthermore, challenges often expose limitations, which can motivate individuals to pursue skill development, seek mentorship, or engage in deliberate practice. This pursuit of improvement fosters a mindset oriented toward lifelong learning, where growth is continuous and proactive rather than passive or accidental. Personal development in this context is holistic, encompassing emotional intelligence, mental toughness, and practical competence. By navigating challenges, individuals learn to manage stress, control impulses, and make decisions under pressure. They cultivate empathy by recognizing that others also face difficulties, enhancing interpersonal relationships and social awareness. Growth through challenges and learning is cumulative. Each experience builds on previous ones, creating a compounding effect over time. The lessons learned from one challenge inform responses to subsequent difficulties, and the skills developed through repeated problem-solving become ingrained, increasing effectiveness and confidence. Challenges also reveal the importance of preparation and planning. By encountering obstacles, individuals recognize the need to anticipate difficulties, develop contingency plans, and act with foresight. Learning to approach challenges strategically improves efficiency, reduces unnecessary setbacks, and enhances the likelihood of success in future endeavors. Facing challenges fosters a sense of purpose and determination. When individuals confront difficulties, they are forced to clarify their goals, priorities, and values. This process of reflection strengthens commitment to objectives, and provides motivation to persist despite obstacles. The sense of accomplishment that follows successfully navigating challenges reinforces the value of effort and encourages continued growth. Growth through challenges and learning is not limited to professional or academic contexts. It applies equally to personal life. Relationships, health, and emotional well-being all require facing difficulties and acquiring knowledge to improve. Conflict resolution, self-discipline, emotional regulation, and effective communication are all areas where challenges present opportunities to grow. By learning from these experiences, individuals enhance their overall quality of life and their capacity to contribute positively to their communities. Challenges encourage self-awareness, as individuals must assess their strengths and weaknesses when confronted with obstacles. This awareness is essential for targeted growth, as it identifies areas needing attention and highlights capabilities that can be leveraged. The process of learning from challenges reinforces humility, patience, and a realistic understanding of one's limitations, while simultaneously building confidence in one's ability to overcome adversity. Growth through challenges and learning also emphasizes the value of persistence. Success is rarely immediate, and many goals require sustained effort over time. Challenges test endurance and commitment, teaching individuals to remain focused and disciplined even when progress is slow or outcomes are uncertain. Persistence cultivated in this way becomes a defining trait of high-achieving individuals. In addition, learning from challenges encourages adaptability. Change is constant, and circumstances rarely remain static. Individuals who have faced diverse obstacles develop the ability to adjust their strategies, pivot when necessary, and remain effective under changing conditions. Adaptability is a critical component of long-term growth and achievement, enabling individuals to navigate both expected and unexpected challenges successfully. Collaboration is often a part of growth through challenges. Many obstacles require teamwork, communication, and the ability to work effectively with others. Engaging with different perspectives, sharing knowledge, and coordinating efforts enhance problem-solving capacity and expand personal skills. Learning to navigate social dynamics and leverage collective strengths contributes to both personal and professional growth. Challenges also provide feedback, which is essential for improvement. The outcomes of one's actions reveal what is effective and what requires adjustment. By reflecting on successes and failures, individuals refine their approaches, develop better strategies, and enhance their capacity for future growth. Learning ensures that feedback is internalized and applied rather than ignored or forgotten. Ultimately, growth comes from the willingness to engage with life's challenges and to extract lessons from every experience. Those who seek comfort, avoid difficulties, or rely solely on external guidance limit their potential. Real progress occurs when individuals embrace challenges as opportunities for learning, persist through adversity, and continuously apply insights gained to improve themselves. Over time, this approach leads to mastery, competence, and the ability to achieve increasingly ambitious goals. Growth through challenges and learning is a lifelong process. There is no end point where one becomes fully immune to difficulty or fully equipped with all knowledge. Each stage of life presents new challenges, and each challenge offers fresh lessons. By maintaining a mindset that values learning, reflection, and adaptation, individuals ensure that growth continues throughout their lives. In conclusion, growth comes from challenges and learning because obstacles stimulate development, require problem solving, and reveal areas for improvement. Challenges provide the conditions for resilience, creativity, and character building, while learning transforms experience into wisdom and practical skill. By embracing difficulties as opportunities and committing to continuous learning, individuals cultivate the abilities, mindset, and perspective necessary to achieve personal and professional growth. This process is cumulative, empowering, and ongoing, shaping capable, adaptable, and resilient individuals equipped to navigate the complexities of life successfully. If you want, I can also expand this into a 2,000-word version with examples, anecdotes, and motivational language in Jim Rohn style to make it suitable for a long speech or article.